Welcome everyone to my video. Imagine you have the opportunity to work from home, but you think you don't have the possibility for that. Let's check with easy engineering methods if it's true and what options you might have missed. The first part we take care of is of course the space. What do we have available in our current apartment? You see now a basic representation of one. And what are our needs for home office? What we think? We simply make roughly an estimation that it's about 2 to 3 square meters for the desk and the chair, and to have some area to move around. So we simply place the desk inside the apartment and find out what is possible. Under typical conditions, floors and baths are very limited in size, so let's assume the desk placement is not possible there, but it's possible in the children, adults and the living and kitchen room. Now we take care of the usage of each room. How is it used during the day typically? And where we start with the kitchen and living room, it's typically occupied several times during the day, as you see, and free at the night hours. We have a adult's room which is occupied for sleeping in the night and then typically free during the day. And for some families this might be true, that children are sleeping at the night, during the early hours, are leaving for school, coming back after the school is done, have some unknown behavior in the evening and sleeping hopefully again. And what we have done here is very basic representation. This is very roughly estimation when is used or not. Don't be over specific and don't look too deep inside, down to minutes. Let it be with hours. And what we know typically is when do we want to do some home office, in which time frame. Let's assume we have from 8 to 5, the basic working hours. And what we again are doing, like with the desk and the space, we put the time frame in our measurement, just to have a nice representation, without deciding anything. And now we take time and determine our options, which we have based on our assumptions and measurements. One could be that we can do the home office in the living room and kitchen, doing it in the adult's room, starting the day in the children's room and leaving for the rest of the day to the office. And what we can extend our options is by searching for extremes, like not doing home office at all is also one option, and maybe a good one. Another option could be renting a new apartment with additional room, just specially for the home office itself. You might came up with additional extremes. Take them into account because it will be important for the next step. In the next step, you try to find additional properties to your needs. For example, in my one of my needs, which is very important to me, is to have low or no disturbances during my home office. And such a need will lead to cancellation of the options which we derived previously. For example, that the placement of the desk inside the living and kitchen room is not realistic for me, so I cancel it for me. It may be different to you, because these needs are very personal. The placement in the adults room becomes very attractive as there is nothing happening, and it might be an option to place it in the children's room, especially if there is limited or no room in the adults area, because think about that, you start your day in the morning and skip the rush hour with the help of the home office. Maybe a good solution. It's again your personal circumstances, and what it ends up is that regarding to take a look from the space perspective, the adults room is the one which is possible. It is from time frame perspective, it is the one which is the most preferred one. In the last part of our video, let's summarize what we have learned. First of all, we checked the so-called load collectives of space and time of our department, meaning does the desk fits in one of the room, and do we find a time frame in the given usage of our rooms to fit in this home office frame. Based on that, we derived the options, and the second thing we have learned is a very creative method to increase the number of options, thinking outside of the box to derive, oh, even if I'm offered a home office, maybe I don't want to do it, or maybe I would like to rent even a new apartment to have a special room for it. This point is a very strong one and very helpful. And the third point is we become aware of our real needs. We started by determining the target, and the first idea was only I want to do a home office. We had to develop it and question ourselves, what does it mean? It means we need a space of 2 to 3 square meters. We need a time frame between 8 and 5, and in addition to that, we need no to low disturbances in this space and this time frame. And based on this evaluation or this target description, it is now possible to determine what the best solution is. On the first step, where you only say, I want to do home office, it's nearly impossible to find the best option. Leave me a like, follow my channel, or visit my homepage and check out the courses for professionals.